What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Marco Deria and sorry for my fragrance collection is not there. It's actually under my bed because I'm trying to make it look cool again. I'm trying to reorganize in it, and today I want to make an English video talking about Jeremy fragrance. Why in English? Because it's been a while that I don't make videos in English and I want to start making some of them again. You know, I have a fragrance channel right now that it's mostly beauty care and self-care in English if you want to check it out. But since the fragrance community in which Jeremy speaks English, I don't want to make an Italian video that they cannot understand. So basically this video will be very short. I met Jeremy at the Exans this year for the first time, and I met him at the PT Fragranze real quick. I didn't even talk to him, neither had a conversation with him, but at the Exans we had a much bigger interaction, and basically the interaction was just making a video together real quick and taking some photos, and we've been knowing each other for some time thanks to email. I know he replies to all his emails, so he's very nice in that thing. There was a period in which he released his first fragrance, the Office for Men, and I was the first guy to actually review and have a first impression and also a preview of the fragrance. So Jeremy was very nice and he put my video on his website. So when you actually wanted to look out for Fragrance 1 Office for Men, you had my video on the website, so as a review, because it was nice. I actually love the fragrance, and it's still one of my most complimented fragrances. But I keep seeing a lot of videos coming out on the internet talking about Jeremy's changed, what happens, what is happening, and so I wanted to just talk about this real quick because I also noticed his brother right now with whom he was having that the Fragrance One business with. So they built it together, and now they I just even don't want to get into the things that happen because it's family things and it's business things, so I don't even care that much. I just think that Jeremy is a very pure and genuine and extreme type of person, and when you have extreme things, there is always people that love you and people that hate you, and it's really hard to please everyone when you are on one side or the other. And I think that when people loved him, like when he was starting to get famous, when he started making fragrance videos that he was wearing a suit and he was very German, very nice, solid type of a cool guy that everybody wanted. And I think that is the period that I also got into fragrances thanks to him, because of course I wanted to improve myself daily, and you get into one of these fragrance videos and you see him, you see it. I love fragrances since I was a child, but I never had one by myself, like one that I bought for myself. So of course you check out the top 10s, and because you always want the best for yourself. I was always one of the guys that just wanted to get to the highest potential and reach higher and higher potential. So I wanted the best of the best for everything, and also for fragrances. And so this guy told me, okay, these and these are the best fragrances, and then of course you end up smelling two of them, so you buy two of them and then you end up smelling another one, because he always talks about more and more fragrances. So it's not just one, it's starting to become 2, 3, and then you have a collection, and then you start creating content about fragrances as well. So yeah, that's it. Right now I also make content about fragrances, but it's not the only topic I talk about, and it has never been the only topic that I've been talking about. So it's just one of my passion, and I think it's cool to have it as a job, because here in Italy it's such a great field, and it's also something that I feel really connected to. But in that period in which I think everybody is just a disciple of Jeremy that create content, because I think he was the one that actually started to make fragrances commercial in that way. So there were some YouTubers that were talking about fragrances, but he started talking about benchmarks, performance, compliments, what was cool, what was not cool. And this good-looking guy talking about this, of course, people will like him, people will, this accent and people will just like it. I also watched some other videos of adolescents and other people talking about his what they think about Jeremy, and they always say that they actually liked Jeremy in that period. And of course, because it was very pleasant, it was that kind of a middle type of a man that is very nice, very polite, very disciplined, clean, that everybody just like. But right now, I think that because of TikTok, as his brother said, because of the algorithms, because of many things, he's a very disciplined, extreme man. I feel the same. I'm not like that extreme, but I mean, I feel really connected to that man. Like, I was a professional swimmer for 13 years, so if you say, okay, you have to eat crap for your entire life to be like this, I would eat it. So I'm the same, I feel the same. So if I have to do extreme routines, which I actually do, to get there, I do. And I noticed maybe he started getting more into the spiritual world and Christianisms, and also Gary Vaynerchuk in the marketing aspect of things, which is also very extreme and talks about creating a lot of type of content. So these things all together, having to create a lot of content, this spiritual awakening that he had, and also this success that he had, I think it was a mix of things that turned him like from one day to the other. And also the very bad period that he had, I mean, if you watch his story, I actually was very impressive. You can see a lot of bad things happen. So these bad things and these things that actually made him grow. And then of course his wish persona, but in my opinion, he didn't get crazy like people said. I think he just removed some layers of ego, of being fake like everybody has, and he's just getting more and more genuine. For some people, genuine means introvert and kind and nice, but in my opinion, a real person is someone that actually don't care what other people think of them. Of course he's polite, of course he's still a good guy, he's not bad, but he does what it needs to be done. Like, he goes out there shirtless and just does the videos that he has to do because it works, and it just works, and he doesn't care what people think. And in a sort of way, people like here in Italy, when I was there, people talk about him and they say, oh, I don't know, brands think about him in a sort of way. But on the other hand, we are all here talking about him. So he's actually very different. And I love that kind of authenticity. I love that kind of like being genuine. Like, for a sort of period, I said, you know what, he's just getting crazy. And I don't know, when he started dancing, etc. I don't know, I don't get him. He's also one of the guys on my vision board. I have a vision board with all the people that I respect, like kind of my mentors. And there was a point in which I almost wanted to remove him, but then I saw him in person and I checked out his story and I was like, oh my God, I love this man. Like, he's raw, he's pure. There is so much I can learn from him. And damn, Kraft. Oh guys, I just love the high energy. I just love I don't know, guys. I don't want this to be like a fanboy type of a video, because there are some, of course, things that you can criticize about him, but at a certain point you understand that he has his own life. Everybody has their own lives, and if I have to choose to be a 7 out of 10 and be liked by mostly everyone, but on a scale liked a 7 out of 10, I would prefer to be liked by less people, but be loved by them, like being a 10 out of 10 by them, and being don't liked by the rest. So yeah, and I think that's also his choice, to be just him, to be just pure, to be just what he thinks it's good to be done. And since I also started my spiritual journey a couple of years ago, many things are changing, and some things I also get related, I relate to him and I get it, but he puts it in this extreme way that is also very crazy, and that I admire, because he has the balls to do some things. People would say it's not balls, it's just crazy. I don't think it's crazy. I think it's very conscious. I think it's very he's very smart, and I think he knows what he's doing. And even if not everyone should be that extreme, I think there are many things that we can learn from him as well. He's actually a very important person in the fragrance industry, and also in, I would say, in the whole YouTube and web industry, since he is the fragrance guy. Actually, you could do whatever you want, you could like fragrances however you want, you could say he says commercial things. Probably you're right, probably is not like that artistry, and probably is not like super like, he's also a businessman, of course. He's not like super that into niche fragrances and stuff, but he's just German. He's just very strict and says what works and what you should buy. And after a while, guys, of course, if you keep talking about the same subject, after a while it's very hard to make content about the same things again and again. And he kept getting creative, and even if people say he's crazy, he keeps growing. And I think what I admire by him is that he has built him by himself. That's the one thing. And when I started working more right now in the fragrance world, I noticed, oh, you have to be liked by certain people. These people know each other, so you have to take care of them, PR, public relations, and say nice things to them, because then this brand can collaborate with you, and maybe they ask you, they give you more money and these things. After the first, I was like so tired of this. And he said, you know what, Jeremy is right. He just collaborates with whoever he wants. He says the prices that he wants. He has his own brand. He has his own terms and his own things. If you like him, that's okay. If you don't like him, well, you need him if you want to sell. So that's insane. Being by yourself and be able to create that kind of legacy, to stand on your own and not having to lick feet of other people to go on, that's such a power that I respect from him. So that's it, guys. This is what I think about Jeremy. Last time at PT, I wanted to say these things to him. I wanted to say that I really respect that thing and to keep going on how he feels. But I couldn't find the words and also the time to tell him, because he's very busy and I was very busy. But next time I will definitely tell him in front of him. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. I actually like his brother. The personality is great, but like, bro, where do you find some guys like him? You don't find guys like Jeremy out there. Like, the world is so boring, dude. You have to have someone like this.